Bet you didn't know there's a place where Kentucky football and basketball fans unite. Welcome to Big Blue Breakdown. Whether you bleed blue or just love a good game, we've got the latest stories, hottest takes, and a whole lot of hometown pride. Hit play and join the conversation. This is your home for all things Kentucky sports.
Welcome in, everybody, to episode 65 here on the Big Blue Breakdown. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this one. Very excited to have you guys along for this live in this episode here. We're going to be breaking down my SEC power rankings and my AP top 25 heading into week 5 of college football. Before we do all of that, we will give a shout out to our sponsor over at Dubby. Make sure to use code BIGBLUE10 to get 10% off your order every time you use it. Make sure to go check us out on Spotify, follow us there, and then help us out here on YouTube as well. Make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the notification button so it helps us out. Also, go check us out on social media as well on TikTok, X, and Instagram. You're missing extra content if you don't do that. But we'll be right back here on the Big Blue Breakdown, episode 65. Hello, everybody. We wanted to take a break in this episode to tell you about our friends over at Dubby Energy. Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like any other energy drink. Some facts about Dubby. Number 1, it's zero sugar, artificial colors, or dyes, or hidden ingredients. It is also gluten-free. Number 2, all flavors are unique and custom made by Dubby. You'll never taste anything like a Dubby drink. Number 3, the drinks are $1 less, guys. That is cheaper than Starbucks or any canned drink. Lastly, it is made in the U.S. It is close to home. Guys, if you guys are looking forward to going to a Kentucky football game or Kentucky basketball game and you need some energy, get Dubby. Dubby is the perfect thing for you working out and you need some energy. You need Dubby. You need Dubby throughout the day. It is for you. Use promo code BIGBLUE10 to get 10% off every single order. Guys, it not only just helps you guys be able to have a clean energy drink that you can use all the time with the tubs that they give you. It helps me and it helps the channel keep growing. And with you guys, if you guys do that, it helps us post more content and helps them, guys. So it's a win-win-win for everybody. But thank you guys so much for your time here. Please go check out Dubby. Check out their website. And when you are about to purchase something, use promo code BIGBLUE10 to get 10% off your order. Let's go ahead and talk about my... Oh, I gotta fix this here. Daggone it. Here we go. Fit the screen. There we go. My top 25 heading into week number 5 in college football. Now, there's definitely been a lot of switching and a lot of mix-matching. However you want to say that. It's been a lot of changes here. Big part to Indiana absolutely beating the brakes off of a really good team in Illinois. And Illinois just got kicked off of my top 25 just in general, just because of how bad they just beat the brakes off of them here. And it wasn't even a close game, so that definitely shook it up a lot. But let's go ahead and just run through real quick, and then I will tell you why I pick people to be where they are. Number 1, Georgia. Number 2, Ohio State. 3, Oregon. 4, Miami. 5, Oklahoma. 6, Penn State. 7, LSU. 8, Texas A&M. 9, Florida State. 10, Tennessee. 11, Alabama. 12, Texas. 13, Texas Tech. 14, Iowa State. 15, Indiana. 16, Ole Miss. 17, Missouri. 18, Georgia Tech. 19, Vanderbilt. 20, Utah. 21, USC. 22, Auburn. 25, Mississippi State. And 25th, Notre Dame. Let's start with Notre Dame here. They get a solid win over Purdue. I still think this team is a top 25 team. Reasons is because I think their roster is still very, very good, even with their 2 losses. And yes, they had losses at the beginning of the year, but those 2 losses I don't think were bad losses at all. You get losing at home like that against Texas A&M. Yes, that is frustrating, but that is still I don't want to say a good loss, but it's not a bad loss. Like, let me be completely honest here. That's not a bad loss at all. The loss to Miami, I do not worry about at all, because we've seen now Miami is a daggone good football team. We've seen that with their win over Florida, able to go out of that one. Oh, did I switch that here? There we go. Sorry. But yeah, Notre Dame, I still think Carr is a very, very good quarterback. I still believe in Jeremiah Love. I still believe in this team. They actually played a pretty solid team in Purdue at home, and they come out with a win. So I still like Notre Dame, and a big part of why they're still in the top 25 is because of where they started. Moving on to number 24, Michigan gets a big win on the road at Nebraska to really solidify themselves in a very, very good spot in the Big Ten. Justice Haynes is a very, very big problem for the Big Ten and for the whole country. He is an absolute unit and not a force to be reckoned with. Let's be completely honest here. He's probably the best running back in all of college football. Huge win on the road here for Michigan. And Bryce Hunter would look very, very solid in his I don't want to say in his game here. This was kind of his, like, I want to say welcome to college football type of moment, but he introduced himself in this game very, very well. Moving on to number 23, Mississippi State. They blow out Northern Illinois, get a nice win there. Still have him here because of a very good win against Arizona State. I don't know about this team moving forward, but as of right now, with their win against Arizona State, and where I had Arizona State earlier this year, I have to believe that Mississippi State is solid because of that win. I think Blake Shapen is turning out to be a pretty daggone good quarterback, and I think that this team can be solid moving forward in the future. They're just going to run into an absolutely tough slate of a schedule for the rest of the schedule. They got a very interesting game in Tennessee coming up. That could be a close one. If that's a close one, we're thinking about Mississippi State a lot differently, because now our perspective on Tennessee is this team is legit. If they can hang in a game with Tennessee at home and maybe even pull off an upset, we're looking at Mississippi State as a top 15 team in the country if they're able to do that. But that's going to be very, very tough for them to do that. Have them at 23. Coming off a loss against Oklahoma at Oklahoma now, the whole wide receiver thing has definitely been the talking point of college football and of the SEC, because the SEC releases that this play should have never have happened, and a lot of things are going into this right now about how this play shouldn't have happened. It's very interesting how the Oklahoma act like they were taking a guy off the field, didn't leave the field technically, and then went uncovered and got a touchdown. It's been released that this should not have happened, and the SEC officiating was in the wrong in this part. Nonetheless, Auburn gave up 10 sacks in this game for Jackson Arnold in his homecoming to Oklahoma. You can't give up 10 sacks. We're going to talk about that later in the SEC, in my SEC power rankings, but you cannot let that happen. Auburn 22. Next up, USC 21 here. I love what Lincoln Riley is doing with this offense here. They are undefeated up until this point. They have technically the best offensive in all of college football with the statistics that they are putting up. This team is very, very dangerous, guys. USC is offensively a force to be reckoned with, and they are very, very dangerous. They haven't really been tested yet and I'm very interested to see how they will be tested going into conference play. But this team so far, with the numbers that they have put up, the defense that they have been able to put out on the field, the offense specifically that they've been able to put out on the field, gives me hope that this team is very, very good. I have them at number 21. Number 20, Utah. Now, they come off a tough loss against a very, very good team that really proved themselves against Utah in Texas Tech. It's not a bad loss at all. You kind of lose it at the end. You probably shouldn't have, and you kind of just let them have it at the end when the game was kind of sealed away. You gave it to them. In what I mean is by the score. Your defense is really, really good. If you can figure out how to get more consistency in a big game out of Devin Dampier, that's gonna be very big. But I think I have to give them I gotta give more props to Texas Tech and how well they played. This defense of Utah is still very, very good. They still got a shot in the Big 12. I still like where they are. I think they're a top 20 team in the country. Give me Utah at number 20. 19, Vanderbilt. Going to get into them a lot more later in the SEC Power Rankings, but you beat a really, really bad team in Georgia State, who you lost to last year, but you dominate that game. Diego Pavia still looks really, really good, and then you got another game this week that you're gonna win. You play Utah State at home. You're gonna start off the year 5-0. You had a very, very nice win on the road. Very, very tough place to play in South Carolina when they were ranked number 11th, top 12 team in the country. You go on the road and you beat them 31-7. I still like Vanderbilt a lot. They just play as a unit. They play as a team, and Clark Lee has this team rolling going into SEC play, and I think they're going to get a win before SEC plays. They're going to start off the year 5-0. Only one more game until they get to bowl eligibility. This team is dangerous, guys. This team is absolutely dangerous. They have the weapons this year. This team is a lot more talented than last year. I was kind of lower on them, and that is my fault for doing that. Number 19, I have the Vanderbilt Commodores. 18, Georgia Tech. I'm still very, very big on Georgia Tech. They are rolling right now. They had a very nice win over Clemson, who now doesn't look so good, but I still have them here. I think Haynes King is legit. I think the coaching staff is going to put this team in a really, really good position to possibly go to the ACC championship this year. I really like Georgia Tech, have them at number 18. Number 17, I have Missouri. They get a nice win over South Carolina at home. They took care of business in a game that they were projected to win by double digits. They ended up winning this game by 9, I believe. So this is why I have them here at number 17. I like what I've seen. Ahman Hardy is an absolute dog. He is the second best running back in all of college football, the best running back in the SEC. And this defense is really daggone good. Now, I don't think South Carolina's offense is that good, so you got to take everything into context here. I do like what I've seen from Missouri. They get their first test and they pass the test. Yes, there is negatives, but you got a easy cupcake game coming up. You're gonna start off the year. What are they? They're gonna be 5-0, and then you have a bye week and you go on the road to Alabama. That's really what I think can bump you up this list significantly if you can win that game. I have them right now at 17. Bo Priola is a problem. Mar Hardy is a problem. The duo in the backfield is a problem. I think Johnson is his last name. And this defense is as good as usual. 16, Ole Miss take care of business against a solid Tulane team. They absolutely blow them out of the water. I think it's like 38 to or like 41 to 10 or 17 or something like that. Blow Tulane out of the water. Handle their business at home. And do we have a little bit of a quarterback controversy because Chambliss is playing out of his mind as Austin Simmons is hurt? Let's see what they do when Austin Simmons is fully healthy. How will they respond to this quarterback controversy, and how will Lane Kiffin handle this? It's very, very interesting to see. But you got two very, very capable quarterbacks, and right now, Chambliss is the better quarterback, at least in my opinion. Moving on to number 15, Kirk Cignetti. I had them unranked, by the way, in my top 25, so they go from unranked to 15. Kirk Cignetti and Mendoza move up to number 15 here. Indiana, 15, blowing out. Let me sit in my chair. They beat Illinois right? They beat Illinois 63-10. In the AP Top 25, Illinois is ranked 9th. Indiana was ranked 19th. They beat this team by 53 points. 53 points at home. That is insane. Awesome to see what Mendoza, the Cal transfer, has done for this offense, and they look really, really good. Going to be interesting to see what they do later in Big Ten play, but they jump on my list after an absolute dominant performance at home against the Illini. Number 14, Iowa State. I think they had a bye week this week. Still like what I've seen from Iowa State. I still like their win against. I still like their wins up to this point so far. Their statement win right now is against Iowa, a very, very solid team, as they always will be. I like what I have seen from Iowa State. Consistent, week in and week out, undefeated up to this point. 13, Texas Tech. Texas Tech is a problem, guys. This team, defense at least, is a top 10 defense in the country. And they had a backup quarterback come in and flip the game for them. So maybe a little bit of quarterback controversy there as well. Texas Tech and Ole Miss kind of in that same boat there. Texas Tech looks legit. Get a very, very good win on the road at Utah. Texas Tech is really, really good. And I had them losing that game. I'm going to come out and say it. I had them losing that game. I did not see... I thought Utah and their offense would show a little bit more, but this defense is legit. They paid for their defense and they got their money's worth. It is very, very interesting to see how this Big 12 play out because it's wide open for now. Texas Tech is the lead runner, and I don't think it's really close as of today. Number 12, Texas. Arch Manning actually comes out and has a really, really good performance. He looks to have his confidence back. And I really, really liked what I've seen from Manning in their win against Sam Houston State. Not too much to go off of there, but the biggest thing was it looked like he was playing with confidence out in the field. You seen the thing where he got in the defender's face after he ran in for a touchdown. Again, with context, they played Sam Houston State, but this is definitely his best performance up to this point so far, and that's the perfect time to have it. It's going right into conference play. I like what I've seen. I like what I've seen from them. They move up like one spot just naturally just because of some other games, but that's where I have Texas at number 12. Number 11, bye week this week, Alabama, 11. I'm still high on this team simply because of very, very good quarterback play, and they have legit weapons to help him out. If the offensive line can stay steady as they did in the Wisconsin game, this team is a force to be reckoned with, and this team is a legit contender in the college football playoff if they are able to stay consistent up front. That is my thing with them. If they're able to stay consistent up front, they're going to be really good. Number 10, Tennessee, blow out UAB. Did what they were supposed to do. Have them in my top 10 as of this week heading into week 5. Very, very high on them. They're going to be very, very interesting to see how their game plays out against Mississippi State. First game on the road for the Volunteers. Let's see how they respond to that. I have them at number 10 right now. They played a heck of a game against the team who has. I have number 1. Give me Tennessee at number 10. Number 9, Florida State. Absolutely blow out Kent State. Took care of business. Tommy Castellanos looks legit. Gus Malzahn has this team rolling on the offensive side of the ball. They look legit on defense, and their win against Alabama looks even better now. Number 8, Texas A&M, who had a bye week, but coming off a very, very good win against Notre Dame on the road. Very, very good win for the Aggies still. I have them at number 8. I love what I've seen from Marcel Reed. I love what I've seen from this wide receiver room. And, man, Craver looks absolutely amazing. They still got Casey Concepcion. This team is legit. One thing I do worry about is the defense, but we'll get into that later. Number 7, LSU. I have LSU here Yes, I do have LSU here. I think they're a very, very good team. I think their win against Clemson now doesn't look nearly as good because of how bad Clemson looks right now, and Dabo Swinney is just going off the rails. So I do have LSU at number 7. They could, I mean, they handle their business against Florida. Who do they? I don't. They played a cupcake game last week. They handled their game. I still love what I've seen from this team. They have all the weapons. They have all the weapons, and they got a really big showdown this weekend against Ole Miss. It'll be very, very interesting to see how that game plays out. Love what I've seen from them so far. Let's see if they can continue this as we move along in the season. So, number 5, I have. See if I can get up here. I don't think I can see it. Oh, number 5, I have Oklahoma. Sorry. Couldn't see what I was looking at here. Number 5, I have Oklahoma, the Sooners. Controversial play calls and controversial win over Auburn, but 10 sacks, man. This defense is so daggone good. I love Oklahoma and what they have done up until this point. I think John Mateer is absolutely legit, and this team is absolutely dangerous, and they could be a national championship contender for the rest of the year. If they can get this running game going, if they can get Jaden Knott back and healthy, this team is a legit national championship contender. Yes, they are. Oklahoma have a number 5, get a nice win against a very, very good team in Auburn, who I think is also very, very good. That's why I have them here. But give me Oklahoma at number 5 here. Number 4, Miami. Hurricanes take care of business against Florida. Carson Beck is still very, very good. Ruben Bain and this defense is very, very good. They have a really, really good wideout group. This team is legit, guys. Like, this team is very, very good. Mario Cristobal has them in a very, very good position moving forward, and they can run the table in the ACC. This team should win the ACC. I believe it'll be them and possibly Georgia Tech in the ACC championship. Maybe, just maybe, Syracuse. I know, again, their win now doesn't look good against Clemson. A win against Clemson now definitely is downgrades from what it used to be. Still, very interesting to see right there. I think they're right outside my top 25, and when I'm talking about Syracuse, but very, very good team in Miami, sitting at number 4. Number 3, Oregon, beating Oregon State. Oregon State now 0-4. Oregon, undefeated. Man, does Dante Moore and Dan Lanning look really, really good together. I love what I have seen from the Ducks so far. This team took what they were doing wrong last year, and they have improved on every single part of that. This team is a legit national championship contender, and Dante Moore is a legit Heisman candidate. I'm waiting for them to play some actual competition here, but I love what I've seen from the Ducks. Moving on to number 2, Ohio State. I believe they had a bye week this week, but they have taken care of business. Obviously, their big win against Texas is a monumental win for their season. They're probably going to run the table in the Big Ten. Now, a team like Penn State obviously could. Did I skip Penn State totally? I probably did. I think I skipped Penn State entirely there. Number 6, Penn State. Don't believe they play this week. I believe they handle their business against like old Villanova a couple weeks ago. I'm still really high on this team. They moved down simply because they haven't played anybody, and other teams have, and they're going to move up this list. And I haven't seen too much from them. But looking at their roster here, and they have taken care of business, I love what I've seen from Drew Aller. I love what I've seen from this running back room and Nick Singleton. This team is legit, and I believe they're better than last year. That's why I do have them number 6, because other teams have played competition. They haven't yet. Number 2, I already talked about Ohio State here. Lastly, Georgia. They had a bye week this week as well, I believe. I still love Georgia, excuse me. Georgia is legit, and I believe they should be the national championship title. I mean, favorites. I mean, their win against Tennessee right now is the best win in college football as we sit here. That is my top 25. I'll give you guys one more look at it here. A team kind of like on the outside looking in right now is Syracuse for me. I liked what I've seen from them. I think you can throw Illinois into that mix because they drop out. This is my top 25. I think you can throw in Syracuse at the 25 spot. I do like Notre Dame a little bit better right now. But let's go ahead and move on to my SEC power rankings here. Get this bad boy up. Here we go. Okay. Run through this really quickly, and then as I did, I know you guys probably already know this. My criteria for my top 25 and my SEC power rankings are two totally different things. My SEC power rankings is Team A meets Team B on a neutral side field. Who do I have winning? That's how I do this. Very, very simple. And then my top 25, on the other hand, is based off of really the roster is definitely in there, and the schedule and who they've beaten, who they've lost to. That's really what I go based off of, is basically what we have seen from them schedule wise. This is just who I think would beat who on a neutral side field. Okay, run through this really quickly. Georgia, number 1. 2, Oklahoma. 3, LSU. 4, Texas A&M. 5, Alabama. 6, Tennessee. 7, Texas. 8, Missouri. 9, Ole Miss. 10, Vanderbilt. 11, Auburn. 12, Kentucky. 13, Mississippi State. 14, Florida. 15, South Carolina. 16, Arkansas. Let's start from the bottom here. Arkansas embarrasses. Let me go here. Arkansas embarrasses the SEC in a loss to Memphis on the road. Arkansas, you have zero defense. You have absolutely zero defense. It is embarrassing for the league when you lose to Memphis, who you should have just ran off the field, but you didn't. You lose to them. It is absolutely embarrassing for the SEC when this happens. It is really, really embarrassing. This offense is very, very good, but it lives and dies on the offense. If the offense doesn't play well, like they didn't play well in the second half and only scored 3 points, they're going to lose games, and they're going to lose the rest of the games. This team has a chance of going 2-10. They play Notre Dame next. I don't know, but that might have been the last we have seen from Sam Pittman. They have zero defense, and they live and die on the offense. So if the offense isn't having a good night, I feel so bad for Taylor Green because he's such a good player, but if the offense isn't having a good night, they're going to lose. And they're going to lose by a lot in the SEC specifically. 15, South Carolina. They start off the year now 2-2. I was completely wrong on them, at least up until this point. I thought this team would be 4-0 heading into the Kentucky game and then beat Kentucky. They are 2-2 and got obliterated by Vanderbilt, and this team just shoots themselves in the foot constantly. This team just shoots themselves in the foot, and there's nothing else that they can do. Like, this team had negative rushing yards, guys, and that is including sacks, but this team had negative rushing yards. Mike Shula is not a great. They scored 20 points in this game, right? That's the most Mike Shula and this offense together have scored in his tenure. 20 offensive points is the most points they have scored under Mike Shula. That is embarrassing. Lenore Sellers had to put on the cape in this game, and they still couldn't do anything because they don't have a run game. They don't have an offensive line. And when he has to put on the cape, he has about 1 or 2 guys to go to, and Nick Harbor looked lost out there for most of the time. Yes, they hit on, I think, one deep ball in this game specifically, and that was like on the 3rd and 32. But man, his deep ball accuracy right now is not good. Also, he is banged up, so it looks like when he is going off to run, he is just running right out of bounds, so he doesn't seem to be as effective as a runner as he is. And even if he was 100% healthy And they told him, hey, you got to go put on the cape, put us on your back to go get us win. I don't think it's going to happen because he has no help around him. South Carolina, 15. 14, Florida. Right now, I would have Florida beating South Carolina simply because Florida's defense is very good, guys. This offense is horrific, but this defense of Florida is very, very good. If they had a mediocre offense, which they don't, they have a terrible offense as of right now, this team would be very, very good. And it's such a disappointment because of how talented DJ Lagway and this offense is. This defense is really, really good. This offense is terrible. 14, Florida. 13, Mississippi State. I think they still have a lack of talent. I believe Blake Shapen is way better than we thought he would be in this system specifically. But I just think right now they don't have the talent and they don't have the depth going into SEC play. But they are 10 times better than they were last year. And I think in a neutral site field, I would take Mississippi State to beat all three of these teams right here. Kentucky didn't play. Not really going to go into them. I just think, there was only time. There was just a little bit of shuffling here in the bottom and a tad bit in the middle. I think one at the top here. 12 Kentucky didn't play. Just kind of have them exactly where they were last week. 11, Auburn. Again, already kind of went over them. A loss. I don't want to say it's off of the penalty, but you cannot give up 10 sacks. And they gave up 10 sacks in this game. Absolutely abysmal showing from the offensive line of Auburn. And, man, if Jackson Arnold doesn't have time, this is going to be a rough year for Auburn. I still think that this defense is very, very good. And if they can improve this offensive line, they're going to be very, very good. Have them at number 11. Vanderbilt, I moved them down one because as of right now, I really, really like Ole Miss, and I would take Ole Miss in a game over Vanderbilt as of today. Vanderbilt makes up the talent with how hard they fight and the system that they are used to running. Kill is an absolute awesome offense coordinator, and Diego Pavia just knows exactly what he's doing. Eli Stowers knows they are such a unified unit. It makes up for the lack of talent. Right now, on a neutral site field, I would take Ole Miss. I think that's realistic, though. I think that's realistic. If I'm being completely honest here, I like Ole Miss. I like what Trinidad has done. But the reason I have Mizzou above Ole Miss right now is because how good is this running game for Missouri, man? How good is this running game? They look elite in their running game. Their offensive line is solid. I think they can bolster up the offensive line a little bit, but man, this running game is elite. They have a really, really good 1-2 punch in the backfield, and Bo Pribula is also a runner, so there is 3 potential threats right there in the running game. They have a competent passing game. They're able to push it downfield when need be, and this defense is rock solid. Have them at number 8 right now. Texas at number 7. I think it's the inconsistencies right now from Arch Manning. We've seen him play a really, really good game. We got to see more of that. That's really where I have them. This Texas defense is, oh my goodness, they're so good. Probably second best in the SEC. And we'll get to a team that is, I think, it has the best defense in the SEC. And that may just be their rival in Oklahoma, but we'll get to that in just a second. 6, Tennessee. I really, really like Tennessee. I think I need to see their defense be better in SEC play specifically. This team has the potential. Let me say this, even as a Kentucky fan, this Tennessee team has the potential to be a top 3 SEC team, power ranked in my opinion. They have the potential. They can beat anybody. I really, really like this system with Joey Aguilar. His deep ball throwing ability is absolutely elite. I just want to see the defense bolster up in an SEC game. Alabama at number 5. I really, really like Alabama right now, and Ty Simpson. Bolster up this offensive line a little bit more, and they have the guys to do it, and guys like Cannon Proctor and stuff. Bolster up this offensive line. You got the weapons on the outside in Bernard and Williams. They got a really, really good running game. The play calling is there. The defense is there. give me a little bit more, give me some more consistency from this offensive line, and I feel really, really good about them. Have them at number 5 for Texas A&M. Love what I've seen from Marcel Reed. This defense is what worries me a little bit. I believe Mike Elko will get that better. Have Texas A&M at number 4. Already talked about LSU a lot here. Again, I liked what I've seen from them. Their defense is like this year in the SEC. There was some elite defenses, and I'm gonna go on record here to say the defense of Florida is really close to elite. Texas's defense is elite. I would say Kentucky and Auburn are close to being right there in that kind of same range as Florida, maybe a little bit below them right as of right now. And then I would say LSU, Georgia, and then Oklahoma's on a whole different level right now. On the defensive side of the ball, as we have seen up until this point, love what I've seen from them. But yes, I have LSU here right now. I like what I've seen from this passing game. Want to see some more consistencies on the offensive side of the ball, and I will feel like this is a championship contender team after I've seen that. Number 2, Oklahoma. Man, John Mateer is elite. This defense is elite. Want to see the running game get going a little bit more. I believe Jaden Ott can bring that to the table, and you have a little bit of that already in John Mateer. Let's see them put it all together in the run game. For Oklahoma, Georgia, number 1. Best team in the country as of right now. Best win in the country as of right now. Best coaching staff in the country, and that's a big reason why they are number 1. Gunnar Stockton has looked very, very good up until this point, especially in his game against Tennessee. They have a legit weapon in Zachariah Branch. This is the deepest this wide receiver. These wide receivers have been in a while for Georgia. This defense, I think, will be better. The secondary is what I really worry about. I think Kirby Smart will get that figured out. But this is my SC Power Ranking to give you guys one more look at it. But thank you guys so much for tuning in here to episode 65 here on the Big Blue Breakdown. Make sure to go check us out on social media. Help us out here on the video. Check us out on Spotify as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this one. And we will catch you guys tomorrow, most likely. Yeah, tomorrow. And it's officially South Carolina game. We're going to be breaking them down all week long. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this one. And as always, go Cats.